where with the state of skateboarding right now, most people just assume you have to go to a skate park.
Yeah, I guess that's a good point.
And that's where you go. I mean, and the industry is almost behind it, you know, 100%. And again, like I was telling you about Adrian Williams, you know, riding for Think, he came in here with his girlfriend or wife, whoever, but he was pulling out all the magazines with the dads in it.
Oh.
And he wants to skate somewhere confined.
Yeah.
Drives me nuts. It's like, man, I need to push.
Yeah, what's in my hand right now, you can see that I got one of these blind bag boards of the Pokémon boards from Santa Cruz. So I'm debating whether or not I'm gonna open it. I've decided I'm going to do a trick challenge for myself. Woo, dude. We got us. Oh my God, that's so sick. In today's video, we go to Wichita Falls, Texas. We're gonna be hanging out with my new friend, Jeff Marriot from Deviance Skate Shop. He lets me skate his mini ramp in the back, and at the end of the video, stick around, I open a blind bag Santa Cruz Pokémon board, and so you don't wanna miss it. All right, let's get into the video. Well, dude, I know I may have said my name a second ago, but I wanted to reintroduce myself. My name is Prowant.
Cool. I'm Jeff Marriot.
Jeff Marriot?
Yeah.
And so I was looking on my phone, I'm in the area, and I see Deviance, right? Something stuck out, was deviant from everything else. So can you tell me a little bit about your shop, man?
Sure. I mean, I started in 1998. The whole name comes about because before skateboarding was socially accepted, you know, the deviance is the recognized violation of cultural norms.
Okay.
And so that's where it all comes about, you know. Like I said, I've been doing it since 98, closed for a little bit when I wasn't doing anything. And then I reopened in 2005 here. And just trying to survive.
Yeah, man. And I mean, surviving looks different for every scene. The scene I'm coming from was like at the bottom and is starting to work its way back up.
I mean, well, as far as our scene goes, there's just not a lot of kids skating at all. So the interest level just isn't there. You know, I don't know if they're at home playing video game, TikTok, or what they're doing, but that interest just is not there. Now, we have seen a little bit of an uptick of some kids since they Skate 3 or one of those video games. Yeah. So there was a little bit of interest that we saw, some gradual gain on that, but that was short-lived.
Yeah. No, we're seeing that too. For us over in the Gulf Coast, I was telling you, I started up this organization to help reach out. And so we did some outreach with some of the schools. We even did a demo in the school, and it was one of the local rural towns, 300 kids. And then we do like youth-free skate lessons and stuff for the kids each month. And that stuff has really helped kind of churn the scene a little bit and planting those seeds a little bit early. So, you know, we can have a good, vibrant scene. Are y'all doing, or have y'all done any contests or any community stuff?
I mean, we have done several things throughout the year. It's just that when we do a lot of events, the turnout is pretty low. Yeah. And so that's been kind of you can almost say it's demoralizing. We just did a skate shop day event. Okay. And it was pretty good, but it was kind of an eye opener as far as skill level and the kids here and their level where they should be and they're not. Yeah. You know, so it's like when you go out of town, other skate parks, you know, kids are ripping. Yeah. And unfortunately here, those kids just aren't ripping.
Do you feel like they don't have like access to the same kind of parks that these other towns have?
I would say so, yes, because our park is so extreme. Yeah. So if you're beginning, it's
like really gnarly.
It's really gnarly. I mean, it's a downhill roller coaster.
So that you got a couple things contributing then.
Correct. Yeah. So whether it just be our economy's bad, you know, no business, no jobs here, but then also if you are starting out and you're like, oh, I got to go to a skate park, you go out there, you get annihilated, and you're like, I'm never touching this again. And then that's the last we see of them.
Dang, yeah. That's something I will say that's a little similar. And when we're advocating for skate parks along the coast, what we do is we plug in with what the community wants, do surveys, meetings, and stuff. And when we go to develop these parks, we really want to focus on getting the voice of the community. And the great thing about where we're at is like, I mean, it's a double-edged sword. We have no pros that grew up near us or that come through where we're at, or we're just like a stopping point to go to a casino and they'll leave. And so we don't have a clientele of pros. So we don't need a pro level park with the gnarliest thing ever, because that's not the people who would use it the most. Right. And so our advocacy is geared a little bit more towards beginner and intermediate, where the bulk of the most skating is gonna happen. And even in your intermediate and beginner stuff, the dude who's really good, he can get really technical on that stuff. you got the skate park. What else is going on in the scene near you? Do you have any other spots that are kind of like?
I mean, there are spots. Yeah. It's just that a lot of the kids literally, where with the state of skateboarding right now, most people just assume you have to go to a skate park.
Yeah, I guess that's a good point.
And that's where you go. I mean, and the industry is almost behind it, 100%. And it's like, we're turning skateboarding into basketball or baseball or NASCAR for that factor. You have to go do it here. Kids don't really go street skating anymore.
Yeah.
It's just go to the park, do that. And then that's all it is. And it's kind of weird, especially as an older skateboarder who grew up without skate parks and street skating all the time. And kids just don't share that same, I don't know if it's ambition or what it is, they just don't share that same vision.
Yeah, it's tough because let's speculate for a second. So they're on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, whatever they're on. And in the next week, probably a different platform, right? But they're probably seeing, somebody get famous for doing something, or like now with a heavy concentration on the Street League, X Games, now the Olympics, and I don't know if you just seen PSL just concluded. And so they do different things for the industry, and there could be an argument, they're helping grow it in a different way, bring it to people who never had it. But then we take a look at the people who are the core shops, a little bit like this, right? And maybe they're not seeing any of that love coming back here.
Right. Well, we're not, because skateboarding's corporate now.
Yeah.
It's been taken over by the corporations, and it's all about money and not about skateboarding.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
I mean, people might say I'm crazy and like, no, you're wrong, but it's true. I mean, just look at it. I mean, look at what skate shoes everybody wears. They don't wear skate brands.
Yeah.
I mean, Nike, Nike, Adidas, Asics. It's
Asics.
Well, I mean, it's like you go into a skate shop and you're like, well, where are your skate brands? And it's like, unfortunately, Soltech, nobody wants.
Yeah.
And it is just Nike. But again, skateboarding let that happen. And they did it to themselves, you know. And to me, it's crazy. Like, I personally don't care for any of the contests. I think they're lame. And, judging skateboarding, like, again, I'll go back to NASCAR. It's a point system. I mean, it's just stupid. Skateboarding shouldn't be a sport like that. It's, I don't know. I mean, I just don't believe in that, me personally. But, but the rest of the world, I think, begs to differ.
I think you're going to find a lot of people who agree with you. And whenever I think about like the contests, for me, it could be a way to highlight the dudes who've been ripping. And so that's why I don't discount it 100%. But I do absolutely hear what you're saying, man. And it's I don't know what the solution is. All I know is like there's a lot of people who love skateboarding, and it means something different to you, me, and everyone else, and where your starting point is. But the great thing about it from your generation, are you Gen X? What
yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gen X, Millennial, Gen Z, Gen Alpha, around skateboarding at our park, we have all of them represented. And the crazy thing is Gen X and Millennials are teaching the Z and Alpha, and we're bestowing that culture upon them. So if we want to see like our community and whatever our ideology of the cool, like the best era of skateboarding or what it should be, kind of be bestowed upon them, we kind of got to get out there and do it. And I think you're doing a great job of that by having this community hub as a skate shop, man. So like I appreciate everything you're doing. Local skate scenes, are there any like local brands that you carry here?
I mean, the only local brand would just be our brand.
Okay.
So, again, kids aren't motivated to do that. And again, it's just not a big enough scene. So, I wish there was, but there just isn't.
Yeah. Yeah, and it is the reality of it in some locations. I guess like this one for sure.
Oh, for sure. I mean, and again, our town is just a dying town. Unlike a lot of places around the country where you go, you see growth and just that. But Wichita Falls is one of those towns that's just not growing in any way.
Yeah.
Like, sure, we might get a new business, but we just lost 10. You know, and then it's going to be repeat every month. Got a new one, but we just lost 10 more. So.
And it's tough because when you think of those businesses, there's families that we're are part of that business, and I hope that a business like yours can continue to serve like a clientele, because I know there's probably guys that come to your mind immediately when you think like I'm serving them, making sure they have what they need and they're taken care of, and that's the thing that these corporate operations cannot replicate, is that touch that you bring as being a local who knows who their brother and their sister and their mom and their grandma is.
Well, correct. And and we know how to grip a board.
Yeah.
Unlike the fools at Zoomies, and we're also out to help people out. If you don't have money, you come in here and we see you riding a piece of shit. Well, we're going to give you something that's rideable.
Yeah.
Because we hate to see kids out there that are just riding on garbage. It's like, dude, that's not going to help you progress in any way.
You ever have like some boards get recycled and stuff?
Oh yeah, all the time, man. Yeah, all the time. Wheels, trucks, board.
And you're not going to get that at a corporate situation.
No, not one bit.
Yeah, man. That's crazy. I'm stoked to be in here because like I'm looking around and I see you got like a whole library right there. Wait, what am I looking at over there? Are those?
Yeah, look back library.
Okay, yeah.
So which is really cool, and you'll find that in a lot of shops.
Yeah.
So it's really cool. And then every now and then we get people they'll come in and find their ads in there, and it's free tight, So again, like I was telling you about Adrian Williams, riding for Think. He came in here with his girlfriend or wife, whoever, but he was pulling out all the magazines with his ads in it.
Oh dang!
And showing her.
That's so cool.
So really, really cool. And that happens every now and then. So, not as often as you'd think.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like when Steve-O came to town and did his thing. This is the only store he came to in Wichita Falls.
Wow. I'll have to go back and look at that now tonight.
Yeah.
That's sick, dude.
So it's pretty wild,
What, let's look at the next 5 years. What are some things you think could help your community?
Well, for us, jobs.
Okay.
Jobs are the main
that's a
thing.
whole different
So,
situation.
bringing in families,
Yeah.
That have kids that skate, and start getting younger. That's where we're at. We don't have that young professionals, are here raising families and kids that are growing up. We have a lot of military, so, kids come and go, whether they're here for a year or 4 years, whatever that is. But it's just, we just don't have that demographic to really, survive. So the next 5 years, man, there's no telling how it's going to be.
Yeah. To me, I think as a skateboard advocate, one things I would encourage your scene, not you, the scene in general, is, when you do see kids out at the park, say, hey, say what's up, introduce yourself and welcome them in. And I think something that's helped us, like I said, we did some free youth skate clinics, and anybody can do that. You just, set up a time, make a Facebook post on whatever pages are nearby, invite the homies, and do it like reoccurring. And for us, we meet every Wednesday night so that I can check in on the guys. And then, with that, you can start talking to each other more, and that communication is the key to like being able to advocate. Like, I don't know, I haven't been out to the park and I'm excited to go, but when I do go, I'd be interested, is there any space nearby? This is Texas. I got to imagine there's some space near that park, right?
Well, not really.
Really?
You'll see when you get there.
Is there no other spaces in this entire town?
Oh, no, there's plenty of space. Hell, we can go right out front.
Yeah.
That would be the best. There's more space here to skate than there would be, say, in the parking lot of the skate park. Plus our ground's way smoother than the skate park parking lot.
Yeah.
But you will see when you go out there. You'll be like, oh, okay.
And I know there's no one size fits all solution either, but people talking in the community and figuring out, well, this is what I'd like to change, and then advocating for it. I'm sure you'll have a city council and a mayor and all that, and
we do. They just don't like us. The community, that is.
Yeah.
Not the skateboarders.
I think what we found, because we ran into a little bit of that too. What we found is that when I arm them with some of the data that they need to feel good about like this thing we're trying to do, and showing them that we're not going away, showing them like, hey, we had like 1,000 kids we reached last year just in Biloxi. That means that there's a clear demand, and they enjoy doing this thing. And if it wasn't for us, they'd be leaving your city to go to the neighboring places with a premium park or better community.
Right.
And so, but all that's growing right here. So we're not asking you to give us a ton of money and all this stuff. Just, you know, let's work together, see if there's a space that's available. We did under a bridge. And then after that, we're like, okay, we're going to put some stuff out here. Is that cool? Yeah, that's cool. All right. So now things started to build up, put a sign up, you know, started working with the city more, got lights up. And before you know it, like we were averaging 50 people a Wednesday night. Just dudes coming out. We put up some speakers and just playing, hanging out.
Which is great numbers.
Yeah, it's amazing.
For real.
We're super proud of that.
Yeah.
And it looks different in every town, though. Like I said, not one size fits all. But I'm hoping though that you know, we see more people out at the park and in the shop, and just even if they're not there, maybe we'll see them in the streets killing it. Because that's where. Doesn't matter. That's where skating is going to always live.
It needs to be, you know. I mean, that's where it should be.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, who wants to skate somewhere confined?
Yeah.
Drives me nuts. It's like, man, I need to push.
Yeah, unless it's hot as balls outside and you got some AC.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And there's no shade at our skate park either.
Yeah.
That's the other thing you'll see when you go out there. No trees, no shade.
Yeah.
I mean,
dude, you sold me on this park, dude. You got to be a real skate rat to be out there. I love it.
You gotta be I don't even know. I'm not even gonna say, but yeah, you'll see when you get out there. You're like, oh, that's what that's geared towards.
Yeah. Well, dude,
So,
thank you for taking the time to talk to me. I know I just walked in off the street. And,
of course. No, you're good. You're not the first.
Yeah.
You know?
Well,
I'm always giving interviews.
It was a pleasure, brother.
Yeah, of course.
Awesome.
No, I appreciate it. Yeah,
y'all come check out Deviance here in Wichita Falls.
We're here.
I got a mini ramp I'm skating behind me. And I'm standing on right now because I'm over at Deviance Skate Shop in Wichita Falls, Texas. Yeah, we're out here skating today. It's really such a cool place. But if you see what's in my hand right now, you can see that I got one of these blind bag boards of the Pokémon, boards from Santa Cruz. And so I was able to scoop up one here. You see 3 years ago when they were dropping, just like probably most people, you probably went online and you couldn't find them, or you went into the store and you couldn't find them because they were all sold out. Well, they had one here and I was like, I'm not walking away without it. And so I'm debating whether or not I'm gonna open it, but I've decided I'm going to do a trick challenge for myself. All right, guys, we got 15 minutes before I gotta get out of here and they close up the shop. So we're gonna go for switch heel flip. All right, if I land a switch heel flip, I am going to open this blind bag from Pokémon from Santa Cruz collab situation. All right, switch heel flip, here we go. Ah, sketch. All right. Calm down. Hey! All right, let's do this thing. Let's open it up. I'm so nervous. I feel like I'm shaking. All right, we're gonna open it up in the store. Let's do it. Let's do this thing. I'm gonna throw up, dude. Okay, so we're gonna open this up. We're gonna rip this pack open. Land the switch heel flip in the back. So I kind of was like, let's land a trick so I have an excuse to open it. So yeah, all right, we're doing it. Oh God, we done cracked it. Forgot that it's wrapped here too. Have you already had people rip them in the store too? No going back. Woo, dude. We got us Venusaur, dog. Holy smokes. Oh my God, that's so sick. Holy smokes, dude. My God. I'm stoked. That's so sick. Thank you guys so much. Y'all come check out Deviance Skate Shop. Yee!